Now, Danny, Anthony has told us we need to move on to Eileen Caney, so let's just do that.
Yep.
As attorneys, we are looking at this trial calendar, okay? And delays are not necessarily, unusual. It's something that happens. People are arguing that Eileen Cannon seems to be setting the stage to push this as close to or beyond election 2024. What's the likelihood that that happens?
Very likely. I've said that as to most of these cases, especially the state court cases, you can plan on 2025 for trial to start. When it comes to the Fulton County case, first witnesses in 2025. Save the tape. I've said it before. Don't save the tape, just in case I'm wrong, but save it so I can say it now. The point is that these cases are going to take a while. These are the most significant criminal trials in American history. And while the government, at least in the documents case in Florida and in the D.C. case, they may feel that they're ready to proceed for trial. Absolutely, the D.C. case is designed for speed. That will probably be the first one to go to trial. The documents case is complex. The government says they can proceed to trial sooner. Yeah, but as a defense attorney, the government is usually pretty ready by the time they indict the case. It's the defense that has to look through terabytes of documents and decide how to proceed, what kind of defense they want to put on. So I am a little sympathetic with the idea that this will take some time. But at the same time, federal court generally moves very quickly. I think the May 20 trial date in the documents case in Florida is probably not going to happen. And the reality is delay in this case, delay usually inures to the benefit of the defense, but never before in American history has delay inured to the benefit of a criminal defendant like it will for Trump, because if this case is still pending, any of the federal cases, he'll simply appoint an attorney general who will dismiss it. If that doesn't work, he will try, may not be successful, will try to pardon himself.
Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, and that was Danny Savalas, an MSNBC contributor. He's actually one of the better ones, if you can believe it or not. He's a legal analyst, and he actually has a pretty good track record of bringing much-needed light in the midst of MSNBC's perpetual darkness. And so what he had to say there was very good, and it's actually something we're beginning to hear more and more about. First and foremost, the Democrats' hopes and dreams of having a major trial and Trump conviction before November 2024 appears less and less likely. Even Fani Willis, the corrupt Fulton County DA in Georgia, even she's admitting that the trial for President Trump most likely will end up stretching on way past the 2024 election, with it not really getting going until 2025. Now, you'll notice that over and over again over the last several months, Fani Willis has been promising her fellow woke ilk that she would have Trump convicted by early next year, at the beginning of 2024. She's now admitting that that is not happening and that there may not even be a verdict until well into 2025. In fact, as Savalas noted earlier, the first witnesses wouldn't even most likely be called until 2025. Now, the same appears to be happening with the Florida classified documents case, as well as all the other cases against Trump. And that's because ordinarily defendants must be present for every session of their criminal trial. And so that's why they can't stack all of these trials on top of each other at the same time. They have to happen sequentially, which means that if the first one gets pushed back, they all get pushed back. And so that's why Savalas is predicting here that there most likely will not be a trial before November 2024. And so the Democrats' hopes that Trump would be convicted before the election are fading with each passing day. But it gets worse for them, because even if there were a conviction, Trump has a solid way out. But first, gang, you've seen the amazing victories of late. Nationalist populists are winning in the Netherlands. They're winning in Argentina. Even Charleston, South Carolina, they just voted for their first Republican mayor since 1870. With more and more populist patriots winning at the ballot box, there's simply never been a better time to get into gold and silver than right now as we speak. And that's why I partnered with the amazing company Goldco, because I know the patriots there are ready to help you and guide you at a time like this. So go ahead and click on the link below right now and get your very own gold and silver kit absolutely free. That's right. This gold and silver kit shows you how to get into precious metals tax-free and penalty-free, even if your money's still in a retirement account like an IRA or 401k. And get this, you may already qualify to get up to $10,000 in free silver. I told you they're patriots just like us, and they're here to help. You've seen the writing on the wall. Don't wait until it's too late. Defend your financial freedom by clicking on that link below and get your free gold and silver kit today. Now, as you heard earlier, even if convicted, constitutional scholars are in broad agreement that Trump, if successfully elected, would have the constitutional right to pardon himself. The president, as the chief executive over these United States, has the right to pardon, by definition, anyone he wants, including himself. The right and authority to pardon extends to anyone. And Trump, of course, would pardon himself without hesitation just to rub it in the face of the Democrats. Now, I don't know if he would have to do that. Again, the Supreme Court could step in ahead of time if he's convicted to overturn the conviction, given how overtly partisan this kangaroo court circus is. Or in the case that Trump wins and there's yet no conviction and that the trials are still ongoing, he could appoint an attorney general who would just intervene and shut this whole circus down once and for all. At least when it comes to the federal cases, he could shut those down. So it looks like we're going to see a combination of the two. I think a MAGA attorney general shut down the federal cases. The nut Fani Willis in Georgia will get Trump convicted in the Fulton County case because it's a blatant kangaroo court. The verdict's already been rendered. She campaigned on the verdict, for heaven's sake. And Trump could appeal that and get it expedited to the Supreme Court, and or he could just go ahead and pardon himself. And again, Trump has the winds at his back on this one. A relatively recent Harvard-Harris poll showed that 55% of the population believes that these indictments are politically motivated. 55%, that's 6 in 10, think this is nothing more than a political hack job. 56% believe that this is a deliberate interference in the 2024 election by Biden's Justice Department in terms of the federal indictments. 57% think that Trump will be acquitted. And if not, 53%, a majority, want him pardoned. That includes, if you can believe it or not, that even includes 30% of Democrats. I mean, these indictments are literally blowing up in Biden's face. And so obviously we'll keep a very close eye on how things develop here. But as you can see, even on the ultra-leftist MSNBC, they're openly admitting, if you're a Democrat, these indictments against Trump are hardly working in your favor. Are you ready to join the resistance? Because I'm leading a group of dedicated, courageous patriots who can lead a spearhead into the heart of the secular globalist establishment. We punished Bud Light and Target, driven CNN and the legacy media to near bankruptcy, forced BlackRock to backtrack on ESG, and now we're seeing our conservative-dominated Supreme Court ending affirmative action and protecting religious liberty. In my Insiders Club, I show you concrete steps to take locally and online that will only keep this mass uprising going until the battle is won. Don't wait. Click the link in my description below and join my Courageous Patriots Insiders Club today.